Hey guys, how's it going everybody? It's Jackie Felix here, and today I just want to make a quick guide on how I personally buff up for Node Wars and Siege, and how I recommend how you guys should do it as well, especially if you're a Witcher caster class. So the first thing I want to get into is obviously buffs and the order I get the buffs in. But before I do that, I just want to recommend that most people buff up in Hideout because it's pretty convenient. It's closest to, it's like kind of in the center of most of the war zones. So like Bayonos, Serendia, Galfion, Medaya. It's kind of like at the center of those war zones. And it's a pretty convenient place, as I'll show you right now. So the first thing I like to do is I'll grab my villa buff, and you can usually run out here, place your tent down around this location where it's not inclined. And what I usually do is I grab myself a 2-hour villa if I know there's going to be a fight, since the maximum time node war can go for is 2 hours. If I feel like it's going to be a shorter node war, I'll just get a 90-minute villa. So the first thing I do is get my villa, and then after that I'll go and grab the church buffs. So you just walk down here, it's church, and then what you need is you'll need 10 gold bars. So it's 5 gold bars for attack and 5 gold bars for defense, right? So you just click on these and you get an RNG between 2 attack buffs, which is AP and accuracy, and 2 defense buffs, which is HP and damage reduction. If you feel like it's going to be an important fight, you can try to max roll these stats, but you can become a little bit expensive since it's 500k per roll, and sometimes you might have to roll like 5 or 10 times to get the max stats, so that's up to you. Alright, so after I get my church buffs, here I recommend people get a house like around here. It's just 1 CP. And here you can place your house buffs, so your M Captain Knights, which gives you 15 AP, your Goblin Chief's Helmet, which gives you 20 accuracy, or your Muskins, that gives you, I think, 20 or around like evasion stats. So this one gives you 16 evasion. So you can, yeah, so next step I get my house buff. And after I've gotten like my villa, church, house buff, I come here and I grab my crit buff as well. So that's this person Caroline here, and Caroline gives you a buff. C is plus 10 critical hit damage, so, which is pretty huge. Now next thing I want to go through quickly is like just the pearl shop. What I recommend people have in the pearl shop is, first of all, I recommend people get themselves a tent. So a tent. So anyways, I think if you just search the campsite, sorry. So what the campsite allows you to do is allows you to grab villas without having to go all the way across the map, like to one of the villas in Medaya in Valencia, and grab a villa buff, which is pretty time consuming. And it also allows you to repair your gear and stuff without going to blacksmith, and a lot of other stuff as well. The other thing I recommend people have is grab a trainer's flute. This allows you to whistle your horse with it being a little bit away. Pretty convenient in some scenarios in Node War and Siege. Other thing would be the brandstones. So you guys have some extra pearls sitting around. I'll recommend you guys grab some brandstones, since what they do is they reduce the durability consumption by 50%, and also reduces repair costs by 33%. So it's mainly 50% durability, so that might be useful on stuff like your Trina axe, also like your accessories that break first, so it allows it so that you're able to be in combat for a longer duration before you need repair, right? So yeah, the other thing, some other last minute items I just want to go through with you guys is, so if you get, after you win a node war, you get these medals called Shiny Medal of Honors. And what I do with these is I trade them in for deep sea elixirs. So eight of these medals turn to a deep sea elixir in exchange of Velia. And if you see on the marketplace here, deep sea elixirs are sold out, and they're like around 5 million, right? So, and they give you really good stats, 10% back down in air attack damage, and all AP plus 10, and stamina and HP as well. So it's pretty good stats, right? Now, the other thing I want to go through quickly is the like the buffs rotations I run during war. So you can either just run giant sprouts. Yeah, pretty decent. Gives you like some pretty decent stats. But if you want to go the next step, I do elixir rotations for some more important fights. So I pop them vertically, and so each of these rotations is 10 seconds. So this take a minute to pop. So here you can see I have detection, manhunt, and helix for first row. Sorry, first column. Then brutal, carnage, concentration, and steel defense for second one. And third one's grim, shock, life. Fourth one is death, assassin, and mortality. Fifth one is perforation and draining. Sorry, this takes 50 seconds, not a minute. It will take around a minute if you don't pop these like on cooldown, right? And I always make sure I have some Weltonin potions and elixirs hotbarred onto my hotkeys. So these are pretty useful. Gives you 100 DR and it's on a 10-minute cooldown. Makes you noticeably tankier. And the other thing is the damage reducers. You can also pop alongside with your elixir rotations, and also your enhancers. So your melee AP, range AP, magic AP. These enhancers are pretty useful as well. These in wars too. Not many people do. But yeah. So the other another couple points I just want to go through real quick is if you have a war in Calpheon, right, or war in Valencia, it might be worth it to kind of bring a house buff over to like the city in Valencia, or like the city in Calpheon. Just find a 1 CP residential place where you can put your house buff in, because if it's a long siege, it could go up for like 3 to 4 hours, and you being able to pop your house buff 2 or 3 times will be pretty useful, right, during the middle of the siege. So yeah, and the last thing is I want to go through, make sure you don't forget to yes up after cutoff time. It's like 1 hour before Node War starts. So if you don't yes up, you can't participate in the Node War siege. And the other thing is, make sure you click your reward. I'll just show you real quick. Over here, like here, I click the reward button, and you say yesterday I top fragged, and if you top frag and get the most points, you get one of these items called Battlefield Glory. The 500 HP has a 24-hour limit, so when you collect it, you pop it within 24 hours or expire, and it lasts for 4 hours with 500 HP. Yeah, I also get 25 medals. The one last thing is, if you're an officer and you have funds, you can buy these pledges of blood. And what you can do with these is you can pop these buffs in more, right? So like these 30-minute buffs, this gives you 20% movement speed. This gives you all resistance by 10%. One gives you 10% resistance to CCs, and like it's a pretty useful buff, right? So these have like 30-minute cooldowns. It should be popping them off cooldown. You're in a situation where you're trusted to pop these buffs, right? So yeah. Actually, one more thing. I want to go to the guild manager, just so I show you guys where you can buy your stun traps, flame traps, and structures and stuff like that. So you go over here, Paula, and click guild military supply. Here you show the list of what you can exchange. So 8 shiny metal bonus gives you a either deep sea, perfume, Alx elixir. So you go here, and here you can buy your stun traps, right? You can buy your flame traps, all your structures for tier 2 to tier 4 node wars, and here you can buy your blood and the stuff as well. Other thing is, I never recommend anyone buy any of these guild HP, MP, or WP potions. Just not worth it. Like, if I show you the stats of these, it's 275 for 3 seconds. And then if you literally just go here, Laura, yeah, you can see this one gives you 275 for 2 seconds, right? So it's like it's just not, it's not really worth it, in my opinion, to get these worst potions, just so you can save a little bit of silver. So this gives you 375 on 5-second cooldown, whereas the guild one would give same MP, but it's like an extra second. So is it even that? Double check. Yeah, it is, but like the extra second does matter a lot in node wars in Siege. Like, imagine just popping, like, so in 4 seconds you could get 550 HP, right? But if you had the guild potions, then that would be like, I'm not gonna do the maths right now, but you can see is you get a lot less HP every couple seconds. Guild HP potions, guild MP potions. But yeah, anyways, I think that's about all I wanted to cover today. If you guys have any additional questions or anything, just leave them in the comment section below. Or you can also join the Discord or ask me when I'm streaming live on Twitch. But yeah, apart from that, I hope you guys learned something useful from the video, and I will see you next time. Peace.